Okay, so removing the white content and turning your logo into a watermark in Photoshop is very simple. And the easiest part of it is to know that all you have to do with Photoshop is actually open your AI file that you saved from making your logo in Adobe Illustrator. So I'm just going to navigate and find my AI file. Here it is. And you can see this window is going to pop up, resolution, everything is all set, and then I'm going to press OK. So when I open an AI file in Photoshop, Photoshop is automatically going to remove the white background for me. Oh goodness, sorry, my mouse just went a little bit crazy. All right, so I don't have to worry about that step, and it saves me a lot of time. But I do now need to make sure that first of all, I have a grayscale or black and white logo at this point, because if I'm watermarking it, we don't want color overlapping on top of your artworks. So if you have color at this point, you would go up to image. Oops, sorry. I need to place my crop first. Stop trying to crop. All right, image, and then adjustments. And then from here, you can opt to go black and white, or you can go into the hue and saturation and then drop your saturation all the way down. If you have any color whatsoever in your logo, it's going to go black and white. Mine is already black and white, so you're not going to see a change. Once your saturation is dropped all the way to -100, you're going to press OK. Okay, the next step is that we have to adjust the transparency. So I believe I'm going to do that with my layer palette. I'm going to change my opacity up here. And I like to drop it around 50%, makes it really subtle. I think that like 70% is golden, and it ultimately is going to depend on where you want to place your watermark on your artwork. If you are using it as a signature, then yes, you want the opacity to be actually a little bit on the higher side, like somewhere between 70 and 80%. If you are using it to protect other people from being able to use your artwork on the internet so that they can't manipulate it or claim it as their own, and you're going to be covering pieces of your artwork with your watermark, then we really want the opacity to be dropped down and be very subtle so that people are able to still see your artwork through your watermark, but without it interrupting your artwork, but they won't be able to manipulate your photo without having to try to remove the watermark. And the more complicated your watermark, the harder this is to do. So for this assignment to turn in, I would recommend putting it right at about 75%. And then from here, all you have to do is go to File, Save As. You can save to either your computer or the cloud documents. And we're going to change this. Oh, they've changed this. Never mind. Okay, cancel. Oops. File, export, and then export as. You can do a quick export as a PNG, or you can always go to export as so you can see all your options, where you can see PNG is here at the top, and then click export. Make sure it says PNG. I'm going to go ahead and call it my Watermark Personal Logo PNG. And there we go. It is that simple. Now, once you've made your watermark, it's going to be time for step 2. So what I need to do is, again, tell Photoshop to stop trying to crop my images. I'm going to select my entire logo, my watermark, and I'm going to copy it by hitting Control-C. Then I'm going to open one of my old pieces from Digital Art 1, ideally, that you would like to show your watermark on. So I've selected my basic landscape that I made in Illustrator. And now I'm just going to paste my logo on. It's automatically going to go on its own layer. So you guys can see it's quite large. right? So first what I want to do is free transform. Let's move my layer palette so I can see what I'm doing. Come on over here. Let's try going diagonally this way. I'm going to just readjust your size. As you guys can see, this isn't very translucent here. So once again, I can drop down this opacity so that it is so much more subtle. And then again, I want it to be really small now that it's on my artwork because I don't want to distract anyone from my artwork with my signature. It can make our work a little bit too busy. So you generally want your signature watermark to be really small. If you are using this to protect your artwork, that's going to be a different story. So I'm going to hit Control T for free transform one more time. I'm going to make it really big, place it in the middle, and then I'm going to drop that opacity down even more, like really down, like it's down to like 7%, and click enter. Okay, so you guys can see it is like the most subtle little shadow there. Ruins my piece for anyone who would want to steal it and try to claim it as their own. But if you're looking at my artwork, you can still see it there. Okay, so all you have to do for this assignment is have your signature in the corner so that you can save your work and then turn it in along with your watermark for the watermark portion of this project.